Donald Trump, you'll remember, is the guy that's supposed to give us that amazing trade deal that will make up for pulling out of the European Union. Okay? This is what you believe. It's not what I believe. That's who he is. You remember when Michael Gove interviewed him without telling anyone that Rupert Murdoch was in the room at the same time, and at the end of the interview he went, "We will be at the front of the queue, won't we?" And Trump completely ignored him. And then Theresa May turned up and they held hands for a bit, and she came away with absolutely nothing. It's been reported, and I'm just mentioning that, not stating it as definitive, that he now kind of doesn't even really like taking her phone calls. He finds her too schoolmarmish. He has also insulted America's historical closest allies, quite profoundly. Canada most obviously, but also Macron, Merkel, and by association us. We went to the G7 last week hoping to assemble a unified response to Vladimir Putin's attempt to murder people, successful in some cases. Before the Skripal, there was Alexander Litvinenko. Theresa May went to the meeting of the most powerful countries on the planet, hoping to secure a unified condemnation and reaction to Vladimir Putin's attempts to kill people in your country, okay, in this country. The leader of a foreign rogue regime's attempts to kill people in your country, right? And Donald Trump responded by insulting his allies and praising Putin. So this is what you're doing, you so-called patriots at the moment, right? And then you think that what's happened in North Korea is somehow good news or proof that Donald Trump is, I don't know what word you'd use. It's almost fetishistic, your admiration for him now, but that's fine. You know, we've all got character flaws. But Kim Jong-Un runs a regime that still has concentration camps comparable to those of Josef Stalin. Death levels in the country are among the highest in the world. Famine is commonplace. He's ordered the assassinations of his own uncle and his own half-brother, the former killed with a flamethrower. The man is monstrous by any measure, and Donald Trump has glad-handed him and bigged him up on the international stage. So Brexit patriots, who still have a soft spot for Donald Trump, he is currently insulting our own Prime Minister on the international stage while cosying up to a man who runs gulags, presides over famines, and routinely orders the assassinations of his own family members, let alone countless civilians who he's had killed on a whim. So that's where you've been led now by these people, by the Brexit-Trump axis. So you can text me and tweet me all you like and talk about how I'm somehow in denial about what a great job he's doing. But let's just look at where you are today. Because I'm telling truth on the radio, and you're cheering for a man who has insulted our government, insulted our Prime Minister, responded to an attempt to kill people on our soil by praising the person that ordered it, and has now cozied up to the closest you'll see in your lifetime, I pray, to a Joseph Stalin-type leader of a profoundly secretive and deeply oppressive regime. So that's who you've become now, Brexit-Trump fanatics. You've become someone that cheers a man who insults your own Prime Minister, undermines attempts to respond to a rogue regime seeking to kill people on your own soil, and cozies up to a latter-day Joseph Stalin. That's who you've become. And soon, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, and for the rest of your life, you're going to have to start asking yourself how that happened. You're going to have to start asking yourself how the hell you became someone too blinkered, too misinformed, too consumed by negative emotions, blinded by bile and hatred. How have you become a person that can sit there today on your phone or your computer and think, Donald Trump, up with Donald Trump. He's just insulted our Prime Minister, made a mockery of any hopes we have of some sort of preferential treatment on a trade table, undermined our attempts, profoundly undermined our attempts to get a codified international, coherent and cohesive international response to Vladimir Putin's attempts to kill people on our soil. And not only has he done that by insulting his own historical allies, he's compounded the offence by praising the man, calling for him to be readmitted to the G8 that ordered the attempt on the Skripal's lives. So I'm perfectly comfortable with who I am. How the hell are you going to square this with what's left of your conscience when the penny finally drops?